Hey guys, intro, welcome back to the channel. So we're heading into Christmas, Hanukkah, and other cultural celebrations depending on your cultural faith-based community, and even into the new year. So guys, I wanted to share a few tips and tricks that I use to stay organized and a few tools that I have as well. And so one thing is being able, and I know that some people's budgets will not be able to stretch to that, but one thing that I find is once a year taking like my mattress, my doona cover, my blankets to the laundromat. It was $12. And guys, I'll put some photos in, but I'll show you the color that came out of it. Um, Then if you can, if you've got a washing machine in your house, washing like your throw rugs and the Bissell steam cleaners, steam cleaning your chairs as well. Then the other one that I do is doing a daily wash girl. I know some of people who will live with tanks on farms or in still houses might have a different arrangement as well. Then the other one is meal prepping. So meal prepping doesn't have to be expensive. I've actually found it in the long run saves me money. So my housing organisation has done up a little chart, and you can use Excel or Word with what you're having for the week. And guys, it doesn't have to be restrictive of, okay, that's what you're having, and you're thinking, oh, I really don't want that. It's a guide, especially if you're having a meltdown, fatigue, or nonverbal. It's a guide to what you want for dinner and also helps refine your shopping as well. Then the next thing is outfits. So knowing what's clean and appropriate for the day as well. And guys, breakfast. I struggle with eating breakfast. I'll drop photos. And guys, yes, that is a pod coffee. We have one luxury of a pod coffee machine in our main kitchen. Then I found keeping my backpack organized. And guys, I'm not ashamed to have a backpack. It's a very professional backpack. Guys, I find when people ask what I do and I say I'm a content creator, they just assume I've got my recording equipment in it. And so I am of the camp, depending on what style of backpack it is. So if you've got like a Disney backpack, no judgment here. But if you can rock that backpack, whether that be like a Disney, a Pixar, as long as it's not too out there in the industry where, say, if you're in law or accounting, probably not the wisest idea. But there are some really nice professional backpacks. And guys, backpacks are actually a lot better for your posture as well, especially if you're a person who like takes a packed lunch. If you're a person like myself who doesn't know what they're going to be doing from day to day as well. And then the other thing is my craft items. So I have just got a text message quite recently saying that my craft scissors. So I'm a lefty, I'm a left-hander, and when I was working and on very good money, I bought left-handed stainless steel weighted quilting scissors. Um, Shout out to the quilters in the chat. Guys, what's your go-to punishment if someone uses your material scissors for paper? I'm not condoning violence, but it's the quickest way to blunt material shifts as well. This is where paying for professional services, and guys, if you have NDIS or a equivalent care package, check whether you can grab some of these. So I use my phone for alarms. So that's getting up, eating, getting out of the house, what time support workers are coming. Then I also use a shower chair, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Obviously, having my backpack packed, I have a paper diary. I also have a calendar. So shout out to Mary's Family Pharmacy and the staff there, who are a wonderful staff who do my Webster packing and keep my scripts on file. So I used to use a meal delivery service, but I need to shout out to family who will batch cook with me, but I'm also now learning to cook a lot more for myself as well. Guys, I generally will mentally pick outfits out for that week because I do have a rough idea of what I'm doing. So Mondays is generally running around days. So that might be if I'm done a clear out and I need to drop stuff to the op shop, picking up Christmas presents. Tuesday during the term time during the day is recording, editing, general organisation and cleaning. Then I am involved in Girl Guides Queensland, so then I have that meeting during the evening, and then Wednesday is generally either I head into my community access organisation's community centre, or if I choose not to, so that will be like a fortnight on, fortnight off, I generally do my grocery shopping. I visit my parents if there's anything important to be discussed. I then might go for a drive, and generally we might record or spitball ideas for the YouTube, the blog, and the podcast. Then Thursday is definitely like my at home. So that's like my ironing, my vacuuming, my heavy cleaning as well. And then Friday is a free day for support. So for me, quite recently, that has been Christmas presents. That's been organising my budgeting for the new year. That's organising my goals for the new year. Because my community access team isn't actually allowed in Stillhouse because it is an insurance issue. So, and then also it's getting your paperwork organised, because I know a lot of people who don't have a disability with the NDIS Senate review and the Royal Commission were horrified to hear that we have to prove our disability every year and the costs associated with that one. But guys, if you get your first plan and you get OT funding and you don't understand why, it's because you can then get a full functional capacity assessment. So an OT will come and talk to your family and friends, will observe you in your own environment, will talk to you, will talk to your mental health professionals, will talk to your support workers, to do a full functional capacity assessment. And I've found my plans have been much more inclusive when I've done that as well. And for episodic and psychosocial disabilities, if you need less support, that's where that one comes in. And the whole goal of the NDIS with psychosocial disabilities is so you need less support. I do know that state council-run disability services unfortunately have dried up. So this is where the government are essentially saying to the states, and this is a very simplified version, they're saying to the states, hey, it was always supposed to be a two-tier system. Pick up your act and pick up your responsibility to the vulnerable adult who might just need help for groceries, community access as well. And mental health, if it's been completely resolved, it might not be a good idea to still have those support workers because they might trigger memories, they might trigger relapses. But having access to those supports so you can keep working with a life coach, a positive behaviour support practitioner, a counsellor, a psychosocial recovery coach, a life coach, a counsellor, a psychologist, a neuropsychiatrist, and that one is really important to keep on top of the mental health as well. So, guys, I find that working with my support team instead of against them and working with my family is a really important thing to do as well. So, guys, thank you so much for watching, and guys, we're up to 77 subscribers. So, guys, if you can like, share, subscribe, comment if you're a support coordinator, support worker, person with a disability, what are your tips and tricks for staying organised over the silly season? Guys, and I will do budgeting with a disability because I know I've got a lot of positive feedback of the blog post I did on the things I'm no longer buying in the new year. And guys, to follow up with that, I did a very link-heavy blog post of tools that you can use and very much internet-based to cure boredom, education, YouTubers that I find quite interesting and educational, and especially a shout out to the Y-Files who put a lot of research into it. And as always, guys, I do have the Patreon as well. So I've just posted the podcast. The podcast does go live on Tuesdays. So, guys, I think that's all the plugs. Again, if you can like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And over Christmas, I will be taking a break. I do have the back catalogues and the playlists. Guys, you may see some pre-recorded content, but I generally do take a break over Christmas. Guys, if you're a person with a disability and a support worker, as Deb has said over on the YouTube, check in on your support workers because this can be a very emotional time of year when they realise some of their clients how isolated they are. So just mentally checking in, and if you know that there's a cell house in your area or a person with a disability, just checking in on them. And that doesn't have to be a creepy thing. That might be a wave, a Christmas card, in the letterbox. So guys, I'll see you guys in the next